One of the ironies about this feast of the Ascension is that technically the Ascension, of course, is about Jesus after his resurrection, rising above the earth and leaving us. But the irony is that, in fact, this feast, by Jesus ascending, he is never more accessible to us than after he ascended. You know, we think of one of the radical messages of Christianity is that God so loved, he came so close to us by being born. We call it the incarnation. But when Jesus was born, he was accessible to people who lived in Bethlehem or Nazareth or Jerusalem or Galilee, a very tiny part of the world. The rest of the world didn't have access to him. They didn't know him. They never met him. It's only after the ascension that Jesus becomes accessible to everyone, that everyone has access to him. So this feast is not about us waving goodbye to Jesus, but being able to even look within ourselves and in our hearts and realize he is with me. I can speak to him. I can whisper and he hears me. I can think about him and he hears my thoughts. That's how close he is to us. And so, you know, that we often, we work very hard to study or to have positions of importance in society, but we've all heard the saying, sometimes it's not what you know, but who you know that makes the biggest difference. You can know more than the next person, and yet the other person have access because the president of the company is his uncle, okay? Or the owner of the company is her father. So they're going to have more access. Who you know? Well, there's a song, a traditional hymn called "What a Friend We Have in Jesus." And it's not a Sunday that not a day that we can't celebrate. What a friend we do have in Jesus. He loves us. He forgives us. He died on the cross for us. So, and yet this feast reminds us of just what kind of friend we have. Because if it's true that, if you want to have friends in high places, this feast says you have the best friend in the highest place. The best friend in the highest place. So you have access to the one who is the most powerful, that we can partake in his presence, that we can acknowledge his presence and really experience him close to us, that we have access to him. You don't need a special pass to call on his name, to experience his presence. You can talk to him 24/7. And also we get that, the Christian life is not so much about imitation, but inhabitation. He lives in us. That's how close that he is. So today, celebrate the fact that you are connected. You have the best friend in the highest place. And for that, we shout hallelujah.